Hey guys, it's Steph. It is November the 4th, and I wanted to give you guys an update on the status of my surgery. If you've been following me, you know that last Wednesday on the 28th of October, the bariatric office had called me and let me know that they were going to be submitting the information to Blue Cross Blue Shield of Minnesota. I had followed up with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Minnesota on that following day, I think it was on Thursday, and they said yes, they see that it was loaded. It's still in the process of loading because when they receive it, it can take 24 to 48 business hours to load, which is true because I know this because I work with Blue Cross and Blue Shield companies, so I know that that is true. So that there wasn't any documents that she could see right now, so just to call back either the next day or the following week to kind of check and see what the status is. So that was on the 28th, which I believe was a Wednesday. And I had called on Monday, November the 2nd, and it was kind of later in the day, and she said, you know, they have until November the 9th at 4:30 p.m. at the absolute latest to determine the coverage of your surgery. So if you want to, you can give us a call back every day and you'll probably find out before. But right now they have until November the 9th. So at that point, I was super nervous. I don't know, I had set it into my mind that it was already going to be denied and that I'm going to have to go through this whole hoopla again and do the appeal process and not get it done. So it was kind of like I was expecting it to be denied. I just needed to hear it from them. And so I got really bad anxiety when I had gotten off the phone, and I was like, I'm not going to call. I'm just going to wait until my bariatric office calls me, and that way it kind of relieves me of the worry. But Tuesday I had to take my car in, and it was after 7, and something like my gut was telling me to call and check on it. So I had called Blue Cross Blue Shield on Tuesday morning, and I spoke with a lady who, you know, pulled it up, and she's like, this is for the gastric bypass Roux-en-Y, correct? And I was like, yep. She's like, Dr. Tiffany Tanner? I was like, yep. She's like, all right, let me pull it up here. She's like, as of November the 2nd, it has been approved. And so I was ecstatic. And I have a potty mouth, or my mom says I was a sailor in my past life because I have very bad mouth. And the first words out of my mouth, and excuse my language if you don't like cussing, fast forward it, but it was, holy fucking shit, are you fucking kidding me? And the lady was like, nope, I'm really not. So I was like, oh fuck, you made my fucking day, I can't fucking believe this, holy fucking shit, la la la. Like, my favorite cuss word is fuck, if you can't tell. So I was just dropping F-bombs every other word. And then once I was over it, I was like, hold on, I want to make sure that this is for the gastric bypass with Dr. Tanner, and it was approved at UNMC. And she's like, yeah, everything's already checked off the list, and we had to forward the fax over to the doctor's office, so it'll be on their fax machine first thing this morning, and you will be getting a verification of what I'm telling you in the mail probably by the end of the week. And so I was like, are you kidding? And she's like, no, I'm not. I was like, if I could fucking hug you through the phone, I totally would. And she's like, well, I totally accept it. So she was a trooper. She went along with my cussing. So that being that, I, you know, listened to some music and I was jamming out, and then my mind's got the best of me, and I can't hold back news to anybody. I just basically am a social media poster. I post everything and anything on there, and basically my life is an open book. And I didn't post it, and I didn't tell my parents immediately. I got home, and it took me probably about 15 minutes to even tell Carl, and I don't know why. I was just not as excited as I was in that moment that I had heard I was approved. He was like, great, that's awesome, I'm so excited for you, I love you, like, just being super supportive. I wasn't expecting a call from the bariatric office until later in the week, until probably like Thursday, Friday, but they called me at like 9 o'clock in the morning, and they had let me know that it was approved. and that they were gonna pass it along to the case manager and she would take care of it from there. She had to get a bunch of appointments set up for me, and then they would call me with a date. I haven't heard anything back yet, and it's the 4th, so I'm really not pushing it. At least it got approved. But I'm just waiting right now to hear back. And I don't know. I wanted to wait until I knew an actual surgery date, because I mean, this is like my second time getting approved, and so I don't feel like people were going to be as excited for me. And so I wanted to actually wait until the case manager called me with a date before I kind of posted everything. I had my meeting with Tara last night, and it even took me like 10 minutes before I even told her. And she was super excited. She's like, yes, so finally, I'm so happy for you. And I was just kind of like this, like, yeah, it's happening. Like, she's like, why are you not excited? I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how to feel about it. Like, I am excited, but then I'm not. I'm scared, but I don't know. Like, I don't know how to feel about it. The discussion that we had was that I had already come to terms with that it was denied. I've been put through the ringer for the last 8 or 9 months and been denied every time. And it wasn't until, August that I was approved. And then I found out 2 weeks prior to surgery that it was not in a network facility. So I'm used to getting my hopes up and then getting let down. And so I just kind of am like, it is what it is. She said that I've come to terms with it. I was finally settled that, it may not happen this year or even next year. So now that it is happening, I don't know how to react. I basically have to re-prepare myself for everything that I was already ready for in August. I mean, I've already cut out the whole drinking 30 minutes prior, during, and after you eat, so I don't drink while I'm eating. I need to work on chewing. Like, that's my biggest thing. Like, that is going to be the hardest thing for me to do. And so I really need to kind of get back on track and get my shit into gear now that it's approved. I need to start getting into the habit now. So after the meeting, I went over to my parents' house and kind of waited for them to settle down because they were just getting ready to eat. And so they all sat down in the living room, and I was like, so my surgery got approved. And my mom was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. My dad's like, yes, finally something's going right for you. Like, it's the light at the end of the tunnel. Like, congratulations. And the first thing that they said was, when's your date? So I said, I don't know yet. I had to wait for the case manager to get everything put through. I know that I think it's a 2 to 3 hour seminar I have to go to before the actual procedure. It's going to be testimonials from people who have had the surgery before, their experience with it, just kind of their runaround of what they've had done. And then they're going to get into the pre-op, like really, really detailed pre-op information as far as like the 2-week diet and everything leading up to surgery, and then what the surgery itself is, what to expect, and then post-op information. So it's going to be a bundle of information, and it's going to be a lot. Hopefully, I am hoping Carl can go with me just so he knows, because I don't think he understands fully what is the change that's about to happen. So I'm just extraordinarily nervous. I said I'm a social media person. I post everything online. I didn't post this until today. I was hoping the case manager would call me with a date or like to set everything up, but I haven't heard anything yet, and it's like almost 3 o'clock now. So I'm just waiting. I just had to wait. It's all about waiting now. Can't change anything with short-term disability until I actually have a date, so I can't do that. I can let my supervisors know that I got approved. I need to go online and order my calcium citrate. I need to go online and order these packets of protein They're individual packets, so I'm not wasting money on a whole 2-pound tube that I'm not going to be able to tolerate after surgery. I have already called the ProCare Now, where I had ordered my chewable vitamins, and let them know that, you know, my surgery is going to be coming up soon. I need to know an estimated time because I'm taking the capsules right now, and I have noticed a difference. I have had more energy. I have not been sleeping. I've been like willing to do things. I've noticed that, you know, my face is kind of cleared up a little bit more, and this is just a week after taking it, so that's huge for me. So this is a product that works now. I'm hoping it'll work post-op. I don't really have anything else. It's just I have a bunch of stuff that I have to wait to do. Hopefully I can get a date before the end of the week. Speaking of dates, ideally I would love to get it done before Thanksgiving, just so I don't have the temptation. I feel crappy, so I don't want to eat anything. But first week of December is what we're gonna shoot for, which sucks because I know that there are like 3 days that Carl has blacked out for work that I cannot have the surgery on, which is the first Wednesday of December, and that Friday, Saturday he has blacked off. Other than that, it's like every Friday, Saturday of December, and then there is the Christmas and everything. So that's what it is. So hopefully I can get it done first or second week of December, and then I can just stay at my parents' house. So that's what we're working with right now. So I will keep you guys updated if I hear anything as far as a date goes, or when the seminar is, or any additional information. But right now we just kind of gotta sit and wait. So yeah, until then guys, keep it classy, and I'll talk to you later.